Furo cancel, Kaiwai. Hello, I'm Cheyenne.
And I'm Frankie.
And this is Conbini Cult. Welcome to this week's episode. Woo! How are you?
I'm actually in a little bit of pain
right
now. This is part of my life update.
Okay, if you want to get into it, yeah, just get into it. Yeah, I'm curious.
So I went to the dentist yesterday because I've been having jaw pain for about a week. Because like TMJ stuff, I clenched my jaw.
You do have TMJ? Okay.
Yeah, so I assumed it was just sore from the usual clenching. But then it was not getting better. It was kind of feeling worse. And then when I opened my mouth wide, like it's cracking and it just feels like it's not in the right place. I was thinking, like, did I dislocate my jaw?
Yeah,
what is going on?
Yeah.
I didn't. But they said there's a lot of inflammation on one side and the muscle is really tight. So they kind of did some stretching for me. And then they did this laser that he said is like acupuncture, but it's like a painless laser.
Laser?
So,
Was it painless?
It was painless.
Okay.
I don't know what was going on because I closed my eyes.
Okay.
Just in case. I don't want the laser to go in my eyes and blind me.
I mean, you already got laser. No, is that laser the ICL one?
Well,
no.
I don't know. Maybe lasers were involved.
Oh.
I couldn't see what was going on.
Yeah, you already had things happening in your eye. We didn't need it to happen again. I see. Yeah. For those who don't know, what does TMJ stand for? I don't know what TMJ stands for either.
Something joint? Something muscular joint?
Muscular joint? Yeah, I can't even guess right now. It's too early in the morning for us. It's
you can comment if you know. I mean, we could Google, but I don't feel like it.
No, it's okay. It's not that important. Sorry. But, okay, so your jaw is feeling better?
They did give me some pain medicine, but then I looked at it. I was like, this is just Loxonin. I could have got it on my own, but whatever. It's fine.
Are you born with that, or does it come like later into adulthood with stress and everything?
Maybe some people are born with it, but I feel like mine came on later. And the more stressed I am, the more I'm unconsciously clenching my jaw. So I gotta go back next week to get fitted for a mouthpiece.
Oh.
I mean, I feel like my whole body is inflamed at this point. My thyroid is inflamed. My jaw is inflamed. I'm a flaming hot Cheeto.
Flaming hot Cheeto. She's spicy. But maybe it'll get better. You know, it's getting cooler. I don't know if the weather has anything to do with it, but maybe you were just like hot all the time.
I'm more
so your body is
in
like,
the summer.
Yeah.
It could be that. But I also wanted to mention, because this dentist that I go to, they also do something called the dental spa.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Which I thought would be funny to talk about.
Okay.
My friend recommended this place.
Yeah.
And then I saw that on their list of services, there was something called the dental spa.
Like in Japanese, it was also just called like
Dentaru
spa. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was wondering, what the heck is this? I got to do it. I got to find out.
Yeah.
I mean, it tells you what they're going to do, but you don't know until you're doing it. So basically, I mean, there's cleaning stuff that is covered by insurance. So when they scrape the plaque, they floss and polish your teeth, that kind of stuff is covered.
Right.
But with the dental spa, you also get a gum massage.
Okay, sorry. I was like trying to imagine how that goes.
Tongue cleaning, and then you also get fluoride.
Okay. Which is like not super common in Japan out of basic cleaning, right? Yeah. Interesting how like the spa includes fluoride, which is such a, at least for Americans, such a standard procedure when you get your teeth cleaned.
Yeah. So, and in New Jersey, actually, there's fluoride in the tap water.
Ooh.
I think it depends.
It depends on
where you live.
On the state, yeah. I don't think there's fluoride in Hawaii's tap water. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there is.
Yeah.
Maybe?
So, I don't know. I'm just used to fluoride. So I wanted that fluoride, and I wanted to see what the heck the dental spa was. The gum massage is really awkward. It's just some gloved fingers moving around in your mouth. I'm like,
that's what I was going to say, because usually at the dentist, you know, when they're just like poking and prodding all in there, I really hate the feeling of their fingers just like around my mouth in general. So like for them to intentionally just go in and like
it's really gentle. It's just awkward.
Yeah, I see. Oh, are you one of those people that like opens their eyes the whole time during, you know, like dental procedures, or are you just like keeping them closed?
No, that sounds like people who sleep with their eyes open too. No, I'm closing them.
I
don't want any of that debris to get in my eyes either.
Oh yeah, of course, but like
I make it sound like I'm full of plaque. It's like everywhere.
Like on topic, side tangent. Like I was watching do you know that show Yofukashi, like Getsuyo kara Yofukashi? It's like the Monday late night show.
No.
Oh, it's kind of like one of those street interview type shows, but like a TV show. It's not for social media or whatever.
Okay.
And they did one where they just asked people in different professions, like, what are the most like annoying things or awkward things that happen a lot in your profession? And that day they were asking like dentists and dental assistants, like, what is like the most annoying things, patients do. And they were like, a lot, like 9 times out of 10, they were all like, why do people keep their eyes open when we're like cleaning their teeth? They're like, it's so awkward that you're like looking at me, bend over and like clean your teeth. Like they're all like, you can close your eyes. It's okay. So that just reminded me of that. Okay, so you close your eyes like a normal person.
Do you?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I closed my eyes and maybe it just wasn't my dentist in Hawaii. I don't know. But like here at the dentist, it's been also 3 years since I've been to the dentist. I know I should go considering it's like covered and I have health insurance. It's bad, but I'll go soon. They put like sunglasses on you. At least they did at the one dentist I went to before in Osaka. And that was kind of nice because I'm sure it's like to, help your eyes with that big light.
That's also why I close them too. I mean, I would anyway, but also I don't want that bright light. Like that light,
yeah. So I like having the sunglasses because then it's just like even a better excuse to keep my eyes closed. Like no one's like looking at my eyes, during this procedure. So, okay. Yeah. So it was a good experience. You recommend? Would go again?
I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But it is pricier than what is included by insurance. So
okay, I was going to ask.
I don't think it's totally necessary, but I do want the fluoride.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, would you do it again? Probably just for the fluoride next time.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can go again and then just ask, like, can you, without the gum massage, if that's something you don't like?
You would probably still have to pay the full amount.
Yeah. I mean, I want to try. Yeah. Well, I guess that's a good motivation for me to book a dentist appointment because it's been a few years. Do you go every 6 months?
Every 3 months.
Oh, is that the thing in Japan? Every 3 months they recommend? Or is that just you personally?
No, just me personally.
Is that what you're supposed to do? I thought it was every 6 months. I think it's
every 6 months.
Yeah, okay.
But depending, because I think my enamel is kind of weak, so I like to go for a cleaning every 3 months.
Yeah, I need to go. I can see my plaque building up.
Do you floss every day?
I do floss every day, but like, as you get older, there's just more staining on your teeth because I drink a lot of coffee and stuff
the coffee is catching up to me too.
It's mostly that. And I would just like, routine cleaning, but I want to look into teeth whitening. Have you ever done that?
They do it at my dentist, but I don't remember what the price is.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because it's cosmetic, right? So I'm sure it's a lot
Wait
pricier.
A minute.
What?
What the heck is it called? Chokozap.
Oh, Chokozap. I did do it at Chokozap, actually. Insert photo here. I have one. But I used to go to Chokozap, meaning I paid for like 3 months and I only went once when I was pregnant. But it doesn't feel like it's doing anything. I mean, I guess you have to keep going and doing it over time. But I would like to splurge a little and just get it done professionally and have it like very noticeably white in one session,
Yeah, you're gonna be blinding people with your smile.
People. You ever see like celebrities both like from the States and in Japan? Maybe they have veneers or they just do teeth whitening and it's like too white. Yeah, they look like little Tic Tacs or chiclets. Like it's so white and it's so interesting considering that only a few years ago, I think, specifically in Japan, teeth whitening got kind of popular. Like before, because, beauty standards are different in all countries. But like Japan, they just had different standards for like their teeth, I would say, at least in comparison to the US, right? Like we were very straight teeth,
and
white, all that. And they weren't really like caring about that so much until recently, I feel. And now some celebrities here, you can just tell it's like too white almost, or like their veneers are too straight. I don't know. Like we can go back to natural teeth too. It's fine, but anyway, good experience.
Yeah, I think you should go. I'll send you the place later.
Okay, I think you should go. Your breath stinks. Is what she's trying to say.
Yeah, I can smell your breath from here.
I know,
you
we're so close. That's why I keep I feel like I'm unconsciously like leaning back, but it's probably because I'm self-conscious of the coffee I drank this morning too.
Oh, I don't smell anything.
Thank God.
But the couch that we're sitting on today
is very close.
It's very intimate.
It's very intimate, especially like, based on the other recordings we've done lately. It just feels a lot closer. better. And so that's why I'm like, if I'm not making eye contact as much today, it's not because I don't want to. It's just because I feel like I'm staring into your soul. Like, truly.
But I'm glad it's not a squeaky couch.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
or a leather couch.
Yeah. Because, in those cases, we can't really lean back without the sound.
Yeah. But that's a good life update. You want to hear mine?
Are you hiding something under your bangs?
I am. For our audio listeners only, I have a secret. But it's much better today. It's much better today. Okay, so some backstory. I don't know if people can see it on camera.
We can insert a picture.
A little picture. Yeah,
put it on the Instagram too.
Okay, but for some context, story time. I just had a baby and I was playing with, my baby and her toys and whatever. And one of those toys is like it has a suction to it. So you can stick it on a table or on the floor or something, and it's got, little beads and stuff so they can just kind of hit on it and play with it easily. And I let the impulsive thoughts win. And I said, what would be super funny is if I stuck this to my head.
Like a unicorn.
Yeah. And so I did, I stuck it to my head like a unicorn. And I was like, ooh, fun. Now we can bond because she's making eye contact with me and playing with the toy on my head. Not smart because... Well, any smart person, when they take it off, would just peel it off, slowly, maybe put their finger... You just
tried to rip it off without unsuctioning it?
I did not. I didn't, okay? My husband.
Oh, okay.
I said, okay, time to take this off. And husband just says, yoink! And with no, thoughts or anything in between, he just tried to pull it off. And I felt my brain come out of my head.
He took your last two brain cells.
He did. And so it just he yoinked it off my head. And I was like, okay, well, that hurt, but it's fine. I look in the mirror and it's red, bright red, a perfect circle, because again, it's a suction cup kind of thing. And I just got this target in the middle of my head. And I was thinking, well, it's not that bad. It's probably just a red mark. It'll go away later in the day. No, it's been 3 days. That night it turned purple. It's a bruise, basically.
Ouch.
And
does it hurt?
It did not super sensitive to the touch or anything, but I'm sure if I, dug my fingers into it, it wasn't going to be comfortable. But I sent Frankie some pictures and I was like, I hope it disappears by a recording session. And it did a little bit, hopefully.
But you got the bangs to cover it.
Yeah, so. I'm covering it with my bangs now. But if I didn't have bangs...
No one's going to know.
And no one's going to... How would they know? But if I went out in public maybe a couple of days ago with no bangs, it would look like someone just decked me in the middle of my forehead with the most round fist ever. Like a Powerpuff Girl fist or something. How they have no fingers. Yeah. That's what it looked like. But anyway, it's getting better. But we talked a lot about our life updates. And before we get into today's topic, I wanted to kind of play a little game / bring up our word of the day. Remember word of the day? Bringing back word of the day just for today because it's a special word. But I found an article on Japan Times and it was just, highlighting some recent Gen Z slang. We can link the article in the notes, but I wanted to test you on some of these, or test the audience. Have you ever heard of gachi before?
The JLPT version, but not the...
What is the JLPT version?
It means something, I forget. Oh. It's some grammar, but not slang.
No, okay. So gachi is seriously, right? Okay.
That's the new maji?
Yeah, kind of like maji. Yeah, hontou, maji. So you'll hear a lot of young people say gachi, and that's for real? Okay. Another one I really like is emoi. Do you know emoi?
Emotional?
Yes, okay. Exactly. So it's derived from emotional.
Emo in your feelings?
Yeah, exactly. For us, it's kind of in your feels, emo. Or if you're saying the picture is really emoi, it's kind of a real, moody vibe, kind of retro moody vibe, emo vibes, I guess.
Okay.
But the one I wanted to really get into is nani nani kyanseru kaiwai. So something cancel Kaiwai. Have you ever heard of this one before?
Only because we're doing this episode.
Yes. Okay. So to get into the topic, we are going to talk about Furo cancel Kaiwai, which roughly translates to bath cancel community or like vicinity is the real word.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there is a movement, if you call it, trend, community in Japan that is essentially canceling bathing here. So taking a shower, all that, they're not doing it. And we're going to talk about, I guess, why and how it came about and what kinds of people are doing it and all of that stuff. But kind of a warm-up question. What's the longest you've ever gone without bathing? And be honest.
Not that long.
Oh, okay. Like what?
Sorry to disappoint you.
No. Okay, yeah, a couple days, one day, or
no, maybe one day. Maybe if I'm super tired and I haven't left the house. But I'm not a super neat freak, but yeah, I will wash my body.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'll skip hair washing.
Okay.
Because I hate drying my hair.
Okay.
Which I think will come up at some point in here too.
Yes, I see. So do you wash your hair every day? I know this is like kind of huge debate between Westerners and like Japanese people specifically. Yeah. Do you?
No, I don't wash my hair every day.
Me neither.
I'll do like every other day.
Yeah. And was your husband, at least when you were first living together, was he like, what do you mean you don't wash your hair every day? Because mine was.
No, but my ex was.
Oh, really?
It's like, you don't shower, like blah, blah, blah. No, I'm just not washing my hair. Yeah. But I'm washing everything else.
Yeah. And for anyone, well, specifically guys who are like, ugh, that's gross. Like, it's different for girls.
Do you wash your butt? Men who say that?
Do you wash your ass? Come on.
Or do you just let the water trickle down? Because that's not enough.
Oh, yeah. Like, it reminds me of like how some people don't wash their legs because they just let the soap run down. I don't know what that's about, but never heard that until recently.
I'm washing my legs and my feet. I'm washing everything.
Every day at least. But for girls.
Except my hair every day.
Yeah. And sorry, not for girls only, but like for people with long hair, it's different because, when you wash long hair every day, it gets really dry. The ends do at least. And so I hear it, maybe it's better to let, sometimes the natural oil is just like chill in your hair. It's not something you need to be doing every day unless maybe you do have really oily hair and you want to wash like your scalp or something. Everybody's different. Yeah. Me personally, I don't like to wash my hair every day unless I like go to the gym or get really sweaty or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Depends on your hair type.
Yeah.
And how active you are.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, so I wanted to ask that because, like I said, today's topic is Furo cancel Kaiwai. So what is that? Shall we get into the article I have here?
Sure.
Let's pop and read this one. Okay, so I'm going to read an article I found just kind of describing what Furo cancel Kaiwai is. I can start. Have you heard of the term Furo cancel Kaiwai? It's an internet slang combining the act of skipping baths and going straight to bed due to reasons like I'm tired or it's too much trouble, with Kaiwai, which refers to a group or community. It's trending on SNS, gaining widespread sympathy. Survey results also show how many people find bathing troublesome, with doctors pointing out that brain fatigue from excessive smartphone use is a contributing factor.
Interesting. Okay. Before bed, I spend hours lying in bed thinking or scrolling through SNS, but I just can't bring myself to move for a bath, reveals a 20-year-old female university sophomore in Hiroshima City who started skipping baths around last winter.
She used to bathe daily without fail, but now it's about every other day. Combined with feeling unwell, there have been times she skipped bathing for 4 days straight. Washing and drying her waist-length hair is especially bothersome. She likes fashion, but the thought of bathing weighs heavily on her. I hate being unclean, but as long as people around me don't notice, like, oh, she skipped her bath, then it's fine.
On SNS, comments like, I hate bathing so much and hair dryers are such a hassle.
See,
I feel that.
Yeah, like what you just said, yeah.
Are steadily increasing. Last year, a survey by major housing equipment company Lixil of 726 people aged 20 to 65 found that when asked, do you ever find bathing a hassle? 27.1% answered often. And 44.8% said sometimes, meaning the hassle camp accounted for about 70%. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I get it completely. So what lies behind this? Dr. Masashi Osada, director of Osada Mental Clinic, points out the brains of many modern people are exhausted from excessive smartphone use. According to Dr. Osada, prolonged smartphone viewing forces the brain to process excessive information. He believes that chronic brain fatigue from smartphone dependency dulls the ability to prioritize tasks, leading people to find bathing with its various steps a hassle.
Okay. For some, the viral term became a catalyst to graduate from bath cancellations. A woman in her 40s from Asaminami Ward, originally a bath lover, found herself exhausted by reality several years ago due to workplace stress and anxiety about the future. She even went a week without bathing at times.
Sharing online that I'm part of the bath canceling crowd, aka Furo cancel Kaiwai, eased her guilt, and she reflects, I became able to accept my flawed self. She also found ways to enjoy bathing again, like using bath salts with her favorite scents, leading to more frequent baths. Some people struggle with wanting to bathe, but being unable to. I want people to understand that there are various reasons for this, she says. Yeah, so thoughts on it? It sounds like exactly what you said. It's just kind of a hassle sometimes when you're really tired.
Yeah, it's interesting that they bring up the mental exhaustion from being on our phones all the time.
Yeah, I didn't really consider that.
Really true.
Yeah. To be honest, yeah. You ever catch yourself just doom scrolling in bed before
Every
it's time to take
day.
a shower specifically? Me too. Back when I was working, I would and before, a kid, obviously, I would come home and my relax time, was just sitting on the couch and I don't know, catching up on TikToks or scrolling. And before I know it, it's been almost 2 or 3 hours. It's kind of crazy, And by that point, you're just so tired, even though I didn't do anything. Yeah. So I totally understand. It's interesting, just I don't know how many people are starting to do it. And I guess, everyone has a smartphone these days. So it makes sense for the number of people on board.
It's relatable.
Yeah, it is really relatable. But sometimes I wonder, because in Japan, they don't specify this. I couldn't really find anything. But furo in Japanese is the bath, sitting in the bath, which a lot of Japanese people do. You wash your body, you shower first, and then you sit in the bath.
Yeah.
And so I'm not quite sure if it sounds like the whole process, just bathing in general is what they're canceling. But sometimes I wonder, are they just canceling taking a bath only, but kind of rinsing off, or furo?
That's a good question.
I feel like there's some kind of language nuance, or maybe I'm thinking too much about it.
But it might also be different for every person.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you...
how much they, maybe they just rinse their body. Yeah. Maybe some people skip hair washing and they think that just counts as not a bath at all.
Right. So my understanding and the way I'm going to explain it is just the act of bathing in showering, including showering too. Yeah, because do you take a bath every day? Get in the bathtub?
No.
Right? That's I understand that being super mendokusai, kind of a hassle. Yeah, because you have to fill up the water and everything, and it's a process. So yeah, I don't do that either. So it just kind of came up to me now. But
yeah, good question though. I don't know.
We'll see. But I also found, we don't have to read this article, but an interesting article / interview segment posted by Nippon Terebi, Nitere, here in Japan. And they were just interviewing different people about Furo Cancel Kaiwai, just seeing, if they participated in it and what their thoughts were. And a surprising amount of people, like I said, were not in support of it, but not shocked by the idea of not taking a bath every day. And the highest number, it seemed was among teenagers. So about, not taking a bath, and they were just, I think, what are teenagers now? Gen Z? Gen Alpha? I feel so old.
It depends on the year. Yeah. Some of them are Gen Alpha. I don't know.
But a lot of, I'm just going to say Gen Z kids are, I think, victim to a lot of that smartphone exhaustion.
Yeah, and then they have stress from school too.
Yeah. So I understand them. It's kind of sad though, because this kind of falls into the mental health crisis.
But also, I want to say, because their brains are not developed yet, so the doom scrolling and stuff, affects them
way more, probably. Yeah, that's so right.
It affects us too, but on that malleable brain.
On that little malleable brain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it makes sense why that is a big demographic in this.
Yeah, that's true. But so they were really big, and then a lot of people surprisingly in their 40s and 50s as well. And they didn't say the reason, but I'm gonna attribute it to they're most of the working class here in Japan. Yeah, they're probably just so tired from working here. One woman specifically was saying, I like to go out and drink with my friends a lot, and I'll come home like pretty drunk. And surprisingly, even though like she's drunk, she still has the, what do you call, like the awareness that she's really drunk. So maybe her getting into the bath is dangerous. And so she says like she doesn't really bathe on days she like, at least at night, like when she comes home drunk from partying, because she's like, oh, that's like dangerous. So I just won't. So I'm like, okay, that's a new perspective, I guess. But yeah, it was a pretty surprising amount, at least more than I thought, because Japan is all about their Furo and sento and onsen culture here. So it's really refreshing to see, I guess. I wanted to do some more research about like, who is doing Furo cancel besides Gen Z, like if it's only Gen Z, because that's how I found out about it. It was like from TikTok. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. And this is your first time hearing about it?
Yeah, I didn't know about it until you told me.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, yay. But I found an article that I just wanted to summarize really quickly. The surprising thing was that it's not just among the general public. Like celebrities are also really active in Furo cancel Kaiwai and like vocal about their cancellation on it. So do you know Ano-chan? She, do you watch, like, she got really popular from Chainsaw Man. You know that anime?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Okay, so for any, like, Chainsaw Man fans out there or fans of this song, they had one song called, like, I can't sing it because her voice is so high, but it's called, like, Gerochu. Like, Gerochu. You know that song? Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Maybe if I heard it, I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, it, like, you know, went viral on TikTok, all that stuff. But Ano-chan, she's a singer and talento here in Japan. And she was on a variety show just talking about, like Furo cancel Kaiwai and how popular it was. And even former AKB48 members. I don't know this woman specifically, Mitsuho Fukudome and Yuki Kashiwagi, I think. Yeah, so former idols, they agreed. And they were like, yeah, I don't take a bath every day either, which is kind of... you know, considering they were like, well, they're former idols, but still, you know. Yeah.
But that makes me wonder about your question earlier, too. Is it the bathtub or the entire act of showering?
Yeah, I want to say, like...
Because it sounds like showering.
Yeah. For me, I just think it's all the above. Showering, getting in the shower and, like, using water and soap. That is, like, in this category of Furo cancel Kaiwai. Like, do not do it. They openly express, you know, like, we don't really take a bath every day. And their reasoning, too, is, like, it's a pain to dry your hair and all that. And that's why I asked about, like, do you wash your hair every day? Because, like, for Japanese people, does that mean, like, because you could just take a shower and not wash your hair. But are they just not doing all of it? I don't know.
Very good question.
I don't know. Any Japanese people out there, please feel free to comment. Yeah.
Okay, but it's interesting the idols are also being like, me too.
Which is kind of like, good. It's good. Like, I'm not judging from a bad perspective. I find it really nice and refreshing that because specifically idol culture here in Japan is very, you know, like female idols have a certain image they have to really upkeep, I think.
So it's kind of refreshing.
Yeah, it's really refreshing. Their bodies ain't refreshing because they're not taking a bath every day. But
the attitude
is very refreshing. So I'm like, more power to you, you know, like do whatever you want, basically. But on top of, you know, just canceling baths, they were on this variety show talking about other things they cancel, like, so whatever kind of cancel Kaiwai. And they also said there's like shokuji, or like eating cancel Kaiwai. And this is where I was kind of like, oh, you know, so... You know, many young people seem to be less focused on meals, aka reducing the number of meals they eat in a day and just snack. And the reasons for this are, you know, wanting to prioritize things other than eating. And that kind of sounds more in the territory of ED for me.
Yeah.
Not erectile dysfunction ED.
The other ED.
The other ED, yeah.
Yeah. But I do understand to some extent because sometimes... I'll be really hungry, but then thinking about, even just thinking about what to eat is really exhausting. Or the act of making food or going outside to buy food, like that is really exhausting. But it could quickly get into the territory of eating disorders.
Yeah. So I'm just like reading this article in Japanese and summarizing it in English. So I couldn't watch it and see how they were explaining it.
Yeah, there's some nuance that could be missed.
Yeah, but just the thought of like, and I also just like cancel some meals. It like at first, you know, when you first hear it, I was kind of okay, you know. But the show also explained a survey they took, which revealed that approximately 60% of modern people consciously act with time performance, or taipa. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's time performance, so taipa in Japanese.
What does that mean?
So just how can I explain? Like time is money, basically. You know, like getting more things in efficient amount of time, I guess.
Time is money, and money is pizza.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So household chores like cleaning, cooking, laundry ranked really high among activities where time efficiency is prioritized, with all tasks related to bathing or meals. So the results suggested that the tendency to avoid troublesome tasks is common across all generations, not just Gen Z. So I understand maybe it's like, I don't know, for example, a housewife, there's so many things you have to do in a day that relate to cleaning and cooking and preparing. And I can see, you know, the housewife just being like, I don't got time to eat. I'm going to cancel lunch today or whatever. I feel like that's really, would you say, common among just neurodivergent people in general? Like neurodivergency, don't you just, no, that sounds really bad. Like,
yeah, a lot of it sounds very, because I have ADHD, so the exhaustion of thinking about tasks and stuff I relate to. Yeah. So, but with smartphones and stuff, it's everybody's attention span is...
Yeah, that's true.
It's getting shorter, and doom scrolling is really affecting people of all ages. So that is a big factor too.
Yeah, I know some people... where, you know, maybe they're just so busy they also forget to eat. I know that's like different than consciously choosing to cancel something, but people are busy. It's all about that taipa these days.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to start using that.
Taipa, I think so. Yeah, you can use it like taipa warui. Like that's like bad time performance.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Like, taipa. Yeah, how do you use taipa in a sentence? I don't know. I'll look it up later. Yeah. But anyway.
Okay.
But speaking of, you know, not bathing and Gen Z,
not,
you know,
cleaning
and just smartphone use and all of that. Do you remember Saikyo-chan?
I do. We did an episode on her earlier this year. And the rise of hikikomori idols and hoarder houses, gomi yashiki.
Gomi yashiki, yeah. So as a short recap, Saikyo-chan was a TikToker, I guess.
Yeah.
She still is on TikTok. She's very active on there, I'm pretty sure.
I haven't seen I wasn't really following her to begin with, but I haven't seen anything pop up about her besides something about getting evicted from her apartment. And I don't know if you're going to talk about that.
I won't get into the details of her eviction, but so in our previous video about Saikyo-chan, we just talked about the state of her home.
Yeah, we were wondering how she hasn't gotten evicted.
And she did. Spoiler alert.
It took a long time. But
I think like years, like 3 years or something. But so recap on her. She was living in an apartment. She, you know, I think due to mental health reasons, really just did not take care of, you know, her house in terms of cleaning it and throwing away garbage. And it just became a gomi yashiki, so kind of a hoarder house. Trash piled up to the wall or to the ceiling. Cockroaches everywhere. The state of her appearance in general just seemed like she wasn't really, you know, taking a bath. She was a big part of that Furo cancel Kaiwai, I think, you know, and so she blew up on TikTok for just showing, her house.
Her apartment.
What she does in daily life and how she cooks and all that stuff. But recently, so like Frankie mentioned, she got evicted.
Yeah.
And I don't have those court documents, but I read an article of someone who had access to those court documents and just
because those are not usually public, right?
No, so we can't access them, but whoever wrote this article, they said they were just reading the document in general. And in that document, you see a lot of the complaints made by her neighbors that were living near her. And the court case involved a real estate company that was located below her. And so her, like, because, you know, in Japan, it's very common where apartments, like, are on the top floors and then businesses are on the ground floor. Yeah, so it was one of those situations. So I think they were suing her, or they were just in court for that. Yeah.
In June this year, the Tokyo District Court ordered Saikyo-chan to vacate the premises. Beyond unpaid rent, the sheer number of outrageously disruptive acts was condemned in a judicial setting. The residents' anguished pleas submitted to the court revealed serious harm that could never be dismissed as mere funny videos online.
The lives of other residents were inevitably threatened by the foul odors and pests leaking out from her room.
Ooh, okay. In this lawsuit, the plaintiff, a real estate company that owns the condominium, submitted evidence to the court detailing the damage suffered by multiple residents. What unfolded was an unimaginably tragic daily reality.
Yeah, so evidence materials from, he's called Mr. Higashitani, ran a company directly below Saikyo-chan, and he vividly documented the onset of the damage.
Okay, so around February 2024, upon arriving at work in the morning, large numbers of flies began appearing on the balcony side curtains. Around the same time, insects he'd never seen before started appearing inside the room. Upon investigation, they were cockroaches. Even after purchasing over-the-counter insect foggers to exterminate them, the insects appeared daily. He continued using the foggers every 3 days for 2 months.
Thus, the morning routine at his office began with exterminating dead insects and crawling cockroaches. No matter how much cleaning was done, the cockroaches wouldn't disappear from the room, making it impossible to bring people into the office. So it's like affecting his business. Yeah.
Okay.
It was bad.
Yeah. All right. Some documents listing complaints submitted by fellow residents also included the foul stench of urine mixed with raw garbage, which forced them to endure an extremely depressing life, essentially like having both a public restroom and garbage dump next to your room. The resident of one of the rooms would often leave their front door open into the hallway, making the stench and cockroaches even more directly impactful.
Yeah, this is like Saikyo-chan's room, sorry. Because it's like a court document, so they're like narrating it.
Okay,
sorry,
they redacted
they
her
redacting her room number. Sorry.
Okay, so Saikyo-chan would leave her door open.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a neighbor just, trying to air out their place, but then the other stench was walking.
No, sorry.
Okay, so
it's
this
like
is
court
Saikyo-chan.
speak. Yeah.
Okay. So furthermore, Saikyo-chan
Mm-hmm.
Would climb over garbage to enter and exit their room, and if you happen to encounter her, she would repeatedly yell, "Shine, shine, shine, die, die, die." At her neighbors.
Yeah. Residents sometimes called the police, but she never stopped. By 2024, all the neighbors on both sides moved out. They just
God. I probably would too, to be honest.
I mean, of course, it's not a like hygienic or healthy environment to live in, but it's really unfortunate that instead of the landlord or police, I don't know who would be in charge of this situation, like taking action to remove this one person, all of the residents around her just had to move out. And that was, for years, basically. Yeah.
Okay. So in Saikyo-chan's defense, she said, "I failed to pay rent and neglected to clean the room because of my mental illness caused by over 5 years of abuse from my parents and 10 years of bullying at school." That's really sad.
It is really sad. So we did touch on this in the main Saikyo-chan episode. A lot of this is probably result of mental illness and trauma response and all of that. So we're not judging her mental state, I would say. It's more just it really sucks that so many people around her were affected by it, because you're watching her on TikTok, right? And you're just seeing the garbage and you think ooh, it's kind of you think it's confined to her room. But after I read this report, it clearly was not. She was affecting someone's place of business. So many people moved out around her. She was screaming at people. Yeah.
So we were also kind of wondering at that time, and then also in our Bad Neighbor episode, because some people talked about, seeing a lot of trash in their neighbor's apartment. We're wondering, do the bugs go to other apartments?
Yep.
And we can see from this, yes, they do.
Yeah. And I haven't, kept an eye on Saikyo-chan's page in a while. Last time I saw, it was her getting evicted, and she made a video about I got kicked out today and I have no place to go kind of thing. And then I don't I don't know what she's doing now, but she's doing a lot of like, what do you call it? Like transformation, like makeup videos kind of before and after. And so I don't know if that means she's, back in it, like taking baths and stuff. Not too sure, but she's still very active on TikTok. So I might have to pay her a visit soon.
Well, I mean, I hope she's doing better.
Yeah.
Maybe this was the thing that would, kind of spark positive change.
Yeah, but so the Furo Cancel Kaiwai movement reminded me of Saikyo-chan, but I just wanted to, I guess, make clear that Saikyo-chan's level of like, mental illness is not the norm for Furo Cancel. So we're not here saying like if you participate in Furo Cancel, you were like...
It will be that extreme.
Yeah. It's more just... it sounds like the nuance of Furo Cancel here was, just like skipping it every couple days, some people every 4 days, like they mentioned, due to reasons just as like, simple as it was a hassle, or maybe it could be forms of mental illness too. I'm going to link Frankie will link in the notes. I found an article posted by a mental health clinic, and it's in Japanese, but they get into the possible reasons and causes behind, why people want to participate in Furo Cancel on a deeper level. And they get into, depression or maybe ADHD or things like that. And so that is a more, I guess, medical-based article that Frankie can link later. But I just wanted to talk about the surface level side of Furo Cancel because it was very interesting.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I mean, most of the stuff we talk about is not necessarily unique to Japan.
No.
On my TikTok, I see a lot of videos of people going to the hair salon for dematting.
Oh, what is it? Oh, just like a shampoo.
Yeah, if some people are unable to wash their hair for a long time, it gets really matted. So maybe due to depression or other things. So, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Just these particular words. Furokyan is the part unique to Japan.
Yeah, and especially, again, I found it particularly interesting because I think a lot of people's image of Japan is like the Furo, like, the onsen, hot spring culture and all of that. And Japan isn't, sometimes it isn't the most, I guess, accepting society. It's very, what do you call it? I don't want to say homogenous. What is the word? Like, because they have a kotowaza, like a proverb here where it says the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. And so a lot of times it can be hard for...
Collective society.
Thank you. It's a very collective society. Yeah. And so to, hear people be vocal on the internet about how they, don't bathe every day, whether it's like because of mental reasons or they just find it, exhausting or whatever. It's just very... new, I guess, during my time living here. For me, it was kind of like new to see how, open people were being about like their mental health struggles and like not wanting to bathe every day, if that was the reason, or if they were just like, I'll take a bath, and having everyone around them for the most part being like, oh yeah, I feel you. Like I didn't see, there are comments out there on Reddit and stuff about, oh, like this is definitely really bad. Like you should not do this. This is like mental illness, whatever. But for the most part, I haven't seen too much negativity surrounding Furo Cancel, at least in my personal research. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it's really good people are talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. But to end on kind of like a silly note, I know both of us, we're not really like big manzai fans. I'm just like not familiar with all. There's so many comedians in Japan. Stuff, I cannot keep up with like all of their names. But there's a duo here called Chocolate Planet, Chocoretto Puranetto, or Chocopura, here. they made like that was just so many words, but they made a song recently about Furo Cancel. Okay. And I know you watched it, but we'll link it.
How old are these guys? They're like middle-aged, right?
They're middle-aged, like they're not young,
They're not Gen Z.
They're not Gen Z at all, which is like, I guess, funnier to me why they're making a video
Their
about
interpretation.
Yeah, but they made a song just like describing what Furo Cancel is, and you can watch it on your own time. The link will be here in the notes, but the main chorus is just like Furo Cancel, Furo Cancel, Furo Cancel, Kaiwai, wai, over and over again, and it's like to a reggae beat. It's very catchy. Personally, I listen to it like almost every day before I take a bath.
Oh my gosh.
It's so catchy to me.
I listened to it once. I got to catch up.
Yeah.
But I remember the one part that's like, 入ろかな、でもやめろかな、でも入ろかな、
でもしんどいな、でも臭いしな. So he's like, should I take a bath now?
No.
Nah. Like, should I? Nah.
No.
Should I? Nah. But it's tough. But I'm stink. Like, it's... And so when I first watch it and didn't really like listen to the lyrics, it was like, oh, they're like middle-aged comedians making fun of like Gen Z, you know? But then I like rewatched it over and over, and they're actually not saying anything negative about Furo cancel at all. They're literally just singing about what it is, and it's like, okay. I don't want to dry my hair, like it's kind of a pain in the ass, but I need to take a bath, but like I don't want to. Like it's literally that over and over again.
Yeah.
And so it's a very catchy song. You guys should listen to it if you have time. It's just so silly. It's like embodies, I think, what Japanese humor is in a lot of ways. Yeah. But I found some like funny YouTube comments because I wanted to see like, what people thought about it. Some commenters said, you know, when I like really don't feel like taking a bath, if I listen to this, I'll like, it motivates me to like take a bath, you know? So it's kind of like fun for them.
Like you said.
Yeah, me too. A lot of people were just like really, you know, agreeing and identifying with the lyrics. They're like, oh, I totally get this, you know? One commenter was like, I'm not even like participating in Furo cancel, but I've listened to this song like 3 times already today. Like, so it's just like fun.
Another comment left by you.
Yeah, it's me in the comments actually.
You with your 20 accounts commenting on this video.
The funniest comment I found is someone said like, I want like NHK to accidentally like play this as like a study segment or something, because you know, like remember when they tried to cover like Black Lives Matter and stuff like that? Anyway, that's like a whole that was a very like questionable time, but someone was like, it would be so funny if like NHK produced this as like an educational segment basically, which I can see. But the last comment I'll read, you know, someone was like, it's really amazing about their understanding of Furo cancel.
That's true.
Yeah, they're not like judging anyone for not taking a bath, and they're not saying, you know, you're bad for participating in Furo cancel in general. They're just, you know, saying the truth about what it is, which is like, yeah sometimes you don't want to take a bath, and it is what it is.
In their Speedos.
Yeah, in their little Speedos, yeah. And they just said, like, thank you to these 2 people. I feel really warm inside. That's like a direct translation of this person's comment. Yeah, so they really like the song. But yeah.
It is catchy.
It is catchy. I'll probably sing it for the rest of the day. But that's all I had about Furo cancel. It was a really quick one, very lighthearted one, I think. Will you take a bath after this episode?
Well, we have more stuff to record, so I can't. Yeah. But tonight I will take a shower. It's still too hot for baths, I think. For me.
It is. Yeah. No, cancel. Okay. Anyway, that's all I had for today. Thank you for listening, watching, being here as always. Any other remarks?
Nope. Should I?
Furo cancel, Kaiwai, why. Bye.